I'm Lauren. I am 30 and I am general manager of all 4 GCBCs on campus. So when I was a senior, we had Pete's Coffee on campus, if you're familiar with that. And when I was graduating, Brian Mueller, he wanted to kind of take coffee and make it GCU and do it himself. So he sent out an email. 4 of us got the job to create GCBC. There was no name, there was no logo, there was no menu. So it was his concept, I guess, but we brought it to life with the menu, the drinks, the name, all of that, the logo, everything. So his idea, we put the legs under it and we put all of the energy under it too. When I got the job, it was the day I walked across the stage for graduation. Yeah. And then I started 2 weeks after that. So had to find a place to live in 2 weeks and move here. Yeah. So I graduated in April of 2016 and we were open in August of 2016. Wow. It was hiring students, it was creating a menu, it was creating partnerships with our vendors, getting orders in. We had nothing, and it was really just us going out and finding all of that, and a lot of meetings with marketing, with President Brian Mueller, a lot of that just to get things approved and just get all of our ideas going. One of the highlights is just getting to hang out with students year after year. We have some pretty great students, so mostly just meeting so many students. I mean, this is year 8, I think, going into 9, I guess. So every year we have new students that join our team, and we've seen so many students graduate at this point that it's kind of cool seeing people go from freshmen to seniors to graduating. Now some of them are working here at GCU full time. So that I think is the coolest impact. Just seeing everybody through their life cycle, I guess, at college. It's cool. Every day is different. It depends on if we have small events, big events, basketball games, huge events like lip sync and Midnight Madness and all of that kind of stuff. So it really depends, but there's a lot of stopping around at every single shop, making sure that they have what they need, making sure everybody's there, making sure everything's efficient, everything's working, a lot of that day to day, and then ordering product for the shop also, and then mix in events every once in a while, and that makes it different every single day, but yeah. So we started with just the union and a team of 30, I think, which is crazy. And now we have 4 locations and 200 student workers. So year over year, there's either growth of locations or employees or both, and that's the chaotic part is the growing pains of it all, but that's also what makes it fun, and every day is different. Again, it's not boring because we continue to have new people and have new locations. So hopefully GCBC is still around in 10 years and probably with more locations. I don't know if I'll be here in 10 years, but it would be great to see something that I have created still be around in 10 years. At that point it would be almost 18 years that GCBC would be around, so that is so insane. But it would just be so interesting to see how many locations there are, how big it's gotten, all of that. I think one thing for sure is our student workers are the biggest family. They're a 200-person family. It can be dysfunctional and it can be dramatic, but there's 200 people, and for the most part, everybody gets along, and that's how it's been every year, I'd say. Every year, everybody kind of gets along, and then the graduating class leaves and we get a new group. But the biggest thing is that GCBC family, we call ourselves more of a family than a team. So I feel that's kind of a big impact for that community. And then as far as students, when we created GCBC, we said we don't really, like, we do care what the coffee tastes like, but we want it to be a place where people can just hang out and be a community more than anything. So it was like, we can make a good cup of coffee, but we need also like the community space to have everybody like hang out and just be. And whether it's studying homework or not, like creating a space where people can just like hang out, it was kind of like our number one thing. Yeah, I mean, I hope that GCBC is like here for a while. I would love it if it was still and always like synonymous with like GCU and the GCU like culture and community. I think a lot of people look at it as like what you said, like GCBC is GCU at its core. And I hope it stays like that. I hope we're doing a good job of keeping it that way. And I hope our students are doing a good job of like keeping it that way too when they're working, but I would love to see it stay forever.